Okay, I was promised that Avi will be here, but he's not. So I was promised it is a video. So thank you for, it's an honor being here. And since Avi spoke about the chutzpah, the Israeli, and he spoke about French and wine, I have to tell you a story. This is a story that has to do with the first Prime Minister of Israel, Ben-Gurion. After he retired, he went to a kibbutz in the desert. And one day, the chief agronomist of the kibbutz, he sees the car of the Prime Minister coming to pick him up, and they ask him to get in. He gets in. He goes to Ben-Gurion. And when he gets to the house of Ben-Gurion, Ben-Gurion says to him, look, this is something that is bothering me. I just had guests from France. They gave me a fine wine, and after I drank and I complimented the wine, they said, but you can never have it. And he said, it doesn't let me go. Those guys telling me that we can't have such a quality, and so I want you to tell me, is it possible, is it not? So the agronomist told him, well, by the way, this agronomist studied with my father in the Faculty of Agriculture. So he's telling him, I just finished the faculty, and the experts are saying it is impossible to have a wine like the French have. And so Ben-Gurion says to him, if the experts says it is impossible, replace the experts. So I think that this is the spirit, and with this spirit, yes, very Israeli, but it is. And by the way, it's online, and the one who's telling it is this guy, this agronomist. If you want, just text me, and I will send it to you the video. So I'm a kibbutz. I was born in a kibbutz, and like Avi said, my parents are immigrants. My mother is a Holocaust survivor. She didn't ask to come here. She had no option. I mean, she could go to the United States, but her entire family just were murdered in Europe. And so she came here, and then she fought the independence war, and she started a kibbutz, a very successful kibbutz, where I was born only 17 years later. And when I grew up after my service army, I returned and I started working, and agriculture was already pretty, that was the end of the 80s, very advanced. Without computers, without all of those things that we are having now, but very advanced. And I was thinking myself, what can I do? I mean, everything is good, what can I do? And what came up to my mind is really, I'm spraying a lot of chemicals. So what can I do to spray less? And if you think of organic agriculture, no, organic you also spray with organic chemicals. What can I do to spray less or not to spray at all? And that is what gave birth to biofeed. I spent 15 years in the academy, and then I founded Biofeed. And Biofeed is a company dedicated to bring an alternative to sprays. And Avi, when he was the chief scientist, actually financed Biofeed. He helped. A few years ago, we did a project in India. It was very successful, so successful that when Modi, Prime Minister of India, and Netanyahu met here in Tel Aviv, not far away, I was invited to present it, because what we did is we eliminated 100% of the sprays for the number one crop of India, which is mango. And that meant that from 50%, 80% fruit loss, it went down to practically zero, no sprays. And now comes a story. And the story is, we have in the world 97% of the farmers are smallholders. They are not Israelis. They are not Americans. They have 1 hectare or 2, sometimes even less, and they make very little money. And you know what? Those companies, they don't address those farmers. This is a huge, huge business opportunity. We stay away from it. And when I was trying to work with those farmers, because Biofeeds technology is 0 sprays, no need for tractors or sprayers or anything, based on smells. That's it. That's it. And when I was trying, I saw that it is impossible. I have signs, but this is the story of Ben Gurion. I'll get another 2 minutes, right? All right. Okay. So that brought me to see a world that every company, agrotech company, everyone here faced this war. And I couldn't understand what to do next. So I gathered a few experts, not only from Israel, and together we developed a new value chain model. This value chain, what it says is it's not enough that we are having here ecosystem in Israel. If we don't have the right ecosystem over there, wherever over there is, Asia, Africa, Latin America, East Europe, where farming is not developed and the ecosystem of farming is not developed, then it's not going to work. So we did it. We developed it. It means that farmers are getting a small ecosystem and helping them to get the fruits, the produce, at higher quality so they can sell it in better markets for a better price. And then they can take it to good markets like USA, EU, and so on. And that helps if biofeed increase the yield and the quality of farmers by 2, 3, 4 times, sometimes even 5. Together with Dream Valley platform, we were able to take it to markets, increase the income. And last year, 2021, when we were doing a national scale program in Senegal, Senegal doubled its export of mangoes in 3 months. You didn't know that, right? And not enough. It was in Senegal. But farmers, smallholders, doubled their income in 1 year. Doubled their income. This is not a fantasy. This happened. This can happen again. And my message to you is, first of all, we are going to talk. Contact me if this is interesting, because it's not limited to smallholders in Africa. It's all over, and not only mangoes, although mangoes is $60 billion market. But it is about ecosystem, it is about business models, and I forgot saying, I'm also the chairman of the International Conference on Business Models in Agriculture, taking place a few months from now, 3 months, in Africa. Thank you very much for your patience.